Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Vocavita English. In today's video, it is all about improving English by reading English newspaper. So let's see what all we are going to cover today. Firstly, we are going to cover the best English newspaper for beginners. Secondly, I'm going to tell you 6 ways to read an English paper article. Thirdly, top news sources for learning English. Next, I'm going to tell you how to read an article practically and understand the context. And next, I'm going to tell you the best practices to read the newspapers. So tell me, have you ever tried improving English by reading English newspapers? What problems do you face? While reading the newspaper, you tend to find new words or phrases. On seeing those words or phrases, you may tend to refer a dictionary or just skip it. You have to remember that you can't always refer to a dictionary since each page of the newspaper contains several words, some of which we may not know. Instead, you must figure out what that particular word or phrase would mean in that sentence with its context. This method might seem tricky at first try, but will definitely help you in the long run. Now the question is, which English newspaper is best for beginners? Yes, the first question. Now since I started reading English newspaper, the one which I feel best one is the Times of India, because they cover all stories from trivial to critical and they use simple language than complicated vocabulary and grammar. So, the next question is, how do we read English newspapers? Here I am going to tell you 6 ways in which you can read English newspaper, any article. First one, look for interesting sections. Yes, whenever you pick up an English newspaper for reading, you have to first choose an interesting section. Newspapers contain different sections catered to different audiences. They have special lifestyle sections as well. You can identify the sections that you love and would like to talk about. You may even read about crime news. This will help you to make choices and pick an area of your choice. Second, the second way of reading the newspaper article is regular practice. Yes, it is important to read newspapers every day. You should strive to make it like a second habit to you. Regular reading will instill the discipline required while learning English. It will keep you focused and more motivated to keep learning the chosen language. Regular practice is one of the foundations and the best methods to learn English. The third way is change periodically. That means do not stick to one newspaper. Regularly change them in certain intervals. This will make you aware of different writing styles and tones. It will also make your English language vocabulary more dynamic. You can also find different brands of newspapers and pick one according to your style and preference. Next is the fourth way, discuss with others. Yes, indeed, a very effective way of reading a newspaper article. The most beneficial thing you get out of reading is improving your conversational skills. You can discuss the information and news gathered from the newspapers with your friends, family, colleagues, or classmates. This will help expand and improve on your English conversational skills immeasurably. You can even expand your network of friends. At meetings or parties, newspapers, news and articles are a good way to break ice and start communicating. You get a chance to make new friends and improve your social skills. English learning becomes more fun as you make new contacts. They will be of valuable help as you advance on your English learning journey. Fifth way of improving English through reading English newspaper is understanding the context. Yes, Try to understand the different situations under which the English vocabulary is used. This will make you understand the meaning of words without referring to the dictionary. At times, you may be hard-pressed for words to frame sentences for various scenarios. Reading newspaper and understanding the context under which the report was made will help you identify words to be used in certain situations. This will greatly improve your English speaking skills. Sixth effective way of reading English newspaper article is read it in mind. Unlike novels and other books, newspapers are to be read in your mind. Reading newspapers quietly is a part of etiquette. It will equip you with silent reading ability. It will increase your mind retention power as well. That means you can remember and reproduce. You can retain the information, keep it in your mind and remember it forever. So the next question is, what are the top news sources for learning English? As you know, there are many news sources. So the top news sources for learning English are, first one, online news articles. The first top news sources for learning English is online news articles. Yes? How? Now, in online news articles, you have Reuters, the Huffington Post, and USA Today. If you are a beginner student of English, read short news stories about your local region. This way, you will be able to work with short articles or simple topics that are probably already familiar to you. You will also encounter, that means find, new vocabulary that will be useful and applicable to where you live. If you are an intermediate student, choose more complex topics and international news. You can also follow live and updated coverage of major events like the US presidential election. This will give you a lot of material to work with, and it will also expand your existing vocabulary for the topics that interest you most. In case you are an advanced student, seek out long-form analytical pieces that provide commentary on major news events. These articles will often have more complex grammar for you to analyze as well as useful vocabulary to improve your own written English. You can focus on learning from the writing style in these analytical articles in order to sound clear and intelligent in your own English writing. The resources for online news articles I've discussed are the Reuters, the Huffington Post, and USA Today. Now, the second top news source for learning English is print news. Yes, print news are, once you have the newspaper you would like to use as a resource, and this is what you do. If you are a beginner, focus on the bigger picture. If you are a beginner, print news is the newspaper that we get. It is always delivered at our doorstep, whatever newspaper we are getting. But there also is a difference in reading. Yes, that's why you have to see which category you fall into. Are you a beginner, or you are intermediate English speaker, or you are an advanced English speaker? In that category you have to divide yourself, put yourself, and then follow the instructions what I am giving. So talking about print news, if you are a beginner, focus on the bigger picture. Some articles may be too difficult for you. You may not understand what is being discussed. Do not worry. Scan the articles quickly and look for familiar words. Find words that you have heard before. Translate them and practice using them in a sentence. Try to understand the most general ideas expressed in the news pieces. It is the reading practice that matters. If you are an intermediate English speaker, Work with each news item in depth. Translate unknown words. Identify phrasal verbs. Read and reread the article to understand it all. Each newspaper issue can provide hours and hours of English practice for you. If you are an advanced English speaker, enjoy the practice of reading in English. Look for common expressions used by journalists. Analyze them. How formal are they? How informal? Are they applicable only to certain topics? Can you borrow some of them to use in your everyday English practice? Yes. The third top news source is studying English through TV news broadcast. Leave your TV on in the background. One of the best ways to keep learning English is to have your TV on when you are at home and doing your daily task. This way you can listen to English when you are cleaning, doing the dishes or cooking. You may not even look at the TV screen all the time. As long as you can hear English being spoken, you will be listening to it and learning from it. The more the TV is on, the less you will notice it, but your mind will keep learning. The kind of passive practice takes no extra time at all, but it is very useful. In fact, this is listening practice at its best. Since you cannot really pause or rewind the news, you may only hear some news stories once. But the more you hear news stories, the more you will understand what is being said. Once or twice a week, take the time to sit down and actually watch the news reports. Seeing the footage, the video that comes with them will help you understand and interpret the news. This is highly useful for all English levels. The fourth and final topmost news source for learning English is online video news. Video news are perfect for practicing listening skills, just like the regular TV news are. So if you are a beginner student, try to watch English news that cover your local area or a topic of interest that you are really familiar with. Do not hesitate to replay the clips as often as you need and take note of the words you may not understand. There will be many. Have a dictionary or Google Translate on hand. If you are an intermediate student, focus on understanding the news content really well. Choose 2 or 3 news clips to watch and do it as often as you can, preferably every day to get regular listening practice. You may also watch global news or sports news for variety. If you are an advanced student, work with several news sources at a time to compare the coverage of the same news events. Listen for different vocabulary and for different perspectives on the same topics. Find news content that features interviews with public figures or ordinary people to get additional listening practice on accents and pronunciations. The news is great for that. So much is available. So make maximum use of these topmost news sources, especially in this lockdown period. Now, there is one more thing I want to add. The best English newspaper for students, if you are a student and you are watching this video, then you should go first with the Hindu. The most preferable, I think, the students, they have a tricky way of writing. A vocabulary and the way of presentation is very good practice for students. So if you are a student, you should start reading English newspaper, the Hindu. Yes, and then you can go on, continue with the Times of India. As I said, that you have to change periodically. You don't have to stick to one newspaper all the time. Now, let's move to an article that I've taken from the Times of India and understand the context. That is the main part, and that is one thing that scares many of the readers, that they are not going to understand anything, and that thought is so empowering that they leave this thought, they leave this idea of learning English from reading English newspapers. So today I'm going to tell you how easy actually it is when you pick up any article of your choice and interest and start reading the context. Yes, so here I brought an article. Now I have not taken from the editorial page because this is the first session with English newspaper reading. So I have taken it from Times Region. That means the second page of your Times of India. And the first point I told you is you have to take a topic from the newspaper that interests you the most. Since I am a teacher, so the topics related to books and syllabus and curriculum and teachers and students and the methods of teaching and all those things interest me a lot. So I have picked up an article based on teachers. Now here you can have a look at the article. The heading says, "We too are at risk. College and school teachers demand leaves." We, here the subject is not mentioned. Subject is mentioned later. We too. Too, when we say too, there are three words that comes in our mind. That is TOO2, TO2 and TWO2. Do you know the difference? It's very nice if you know. If you're an advanced English learner, you already know the difference. Maybe the intermediate ones also have some idea of the difference, but maybe the beginners have no idea. So let me clarify this, that TOO2 is an adverb and that means also, whereas 2O is a preposition and that means towards or in that direction. TWO2 is a number and often used as a noun. Yes, moving forward, we too are obviously is for singular and are for plural, but this much we already know. At risk, at is another preposition, risk is danger if we know the meaning. We too are at risk. Now who is at risk? It's given after the colon. College and school teachers demand leaves. You can see the and, the focus on the and that is given, that is known as the symbol or sign that indicates and, that is called as and by all of us, by most of us, by everyone. Is symbol is actually known as ampersand. Yes, and this ampersand is allowed in English newspaper writing, but it is not allowed in your formal writing. When you are writing a formal piece of English, ampersands are not allowed. You cannot put ampersands in your answers. I, as a teacher, always forewarn my students not to use ampersand in your answers, and wherever they do so intentionally, I tell them, don't you know the spelling of and, A and the and? Then why you have to use these signs and symbols to indicate that I've written an and? What are you saving your 1 minute for, 1 second for? Yes, just take a second to write A and the and. So, ampersand not allowed in formal English writing, not in letters, not in emails, not in anywhere. Yes, but if you're writing your own diary, you're writing a diary for yourself, note for your friends, then you can use whatever signs and symbols you like. College and school teachers demand leaves. Demand can be used as a noun and as a verb. In this context, in this meaning, as I told you earlier, that you don't have to be totally dependent on dictionary. Of course, if the word is too difficult to understand, you have never heard that word before, then you have to and you should refer to a English to English dictionary. But otherwise, you have to read a sentence and find out what that word probably means. Yes, that means you have to work on the principle of estimation. You have to estimate, you have to guess what the meaning might be. Yes, so that you fall somewhere closer to the meaning. School teachers demand leaves. Demand, the word means ask for. Yes, demand can be a noun, demand can be a verb. Now here, because the word is doing the action, the teachers are demanding leaves, they are asking for leaves, so demand is working as a verb. Yes, but demand of potatoes are falling. Yes, so that in that case demand will be a noun. Now let's come down to the news. As you see in the newspaper article, it's written Bhopal. That means this news is of Bhopal. Obviously this newspaper is of MP. Let's read. School and college teachers have demanded leaves after campuses were closed in the state capital. School and college teachers have demanded leaves. Have is a present tense. Always if you have seen in the headlines of the newspapers, they use mostly the simple present tense. No matter the action has already been completed, but the tense used is always present indefinite. So, school and college teachers have demanded leaves. They have asked for leaves after campuses were closed in the state capital. State capital, easy to understand. The state is MP, so its capital is Bhopal. That means instead of writing Bhopal, which they have already mentioned in the beginning, they are not repeating it again. They are writing state capital. So it's understood that they are talking about Bhopal. In view of the coronavirus scare. In view of, as a result of, or due to. So we have learned a new expression, in view of. Yes, coronavirus scare because everybody's scared, afraid, fear, terror, threat. Yes, all these are the synonyms of scare. The people are so scared of coronavirus that all the campuses are closed in the state capital. That is what we have understood. They feel that like students, they too, now here they refer to the school teachers. They feel that like students, just like students, they too, again the to here is acting as an adverb. That means they also are vulnerable and need to be given leaves. Vulnerable is a new word. Now this may be, some can read, they too are vulnerable and need to be given leaves. Yes, so when we read the whole sentence, vulnerable means something that means they are also in need. Yes, so when you fall in need of a leave, that means you also require some attention, some care. So, to be more specific with the meaning, again, you have two options, go to the dictionary or go to Google. So, here is the meaning of the Google search, vulnerable. Along with that, go also for the pronunciation of vulnerable. As I am saying vulnerable, go to Google and see there are two options of fast pronunciation and slow pronunciation, how the word vulnerable is pronounced. Yes, that really matters, because while we are reading, we are not only focusing on grammar and understanding the context and vocabulary, but we also have to focus on the pronunciation and intonation, whatever things and as many things we can learn from the simple article. So first paragraph we have done, we have got one expression, in view of, and we have got one new word, that's vulnerable. Yes, maybe this word is not new for everybody. For the advanced learners, they already know what the word means. Coming to the next paragraph now. Teacher said it did not make sense. Did not make sense is another expression, that means it is not logical. It is not making any logic, any sense. To ask them, to ask, to plus verb, that is another infinitive, another element of grammar. To ask them to be on campus when classes were not being held. Not being held is a passive voice. And most of the time, whenever the report is given, if in the school you have done report writing, this is something that is stressed and focused on, that you have to use passive voice. Passive voice is always used whenever reports are written. Yes, passive voice means when the action is received by the person, by the subject. It's not done, but it was received. So it was being held. He did not hold, but was being held. That means action was received. Teacher said it did not make sense to ask them to be on campus when classes were not being held. When there were no classes, then teachers said that it did not make any sense why the teachers have to be on the campus. We are also humans. It's given in inverted commas. That means these were the exact words of the teacher. We are also humans. Why are authorities forcing us to come to schools and colleges when students are not there due to the coronavirus scare? Due to the corona scare, when students are not there, why are the authorities asking us to remain there? Simple to understand. As you see, I told you that the language and vocabulary presentation of the Times of India is simple to understand. Yes. Moving again, are we made up of steel? Yes, this is the teacher that is saying, are we made up of steel? Made from another phrasal verb, made up of steel. We also have family. What happens if a teacher gets exposed to coronavirus? Gets exposed, another expression that means come in contact of. Yes, exposed is something that is open. Now it can be affected by any virus, any bacteria, any disease. Yes, it is exposed, it is open. So teachers here also are being exposed to the virus. We also have family. What happens if a teacher gets exposed to coronavirus? Yes, comes in direct contact of. Please give us leaves, and here the inverted comma ends. That means the lines that were given in inverted comma, that were the exact lines spoken by the teacher. Said a teacher on condition of anonymity. On condition of anonymity. Anonymity is what? If you have never heard this word, again, I advise you to pick up a dictionary or go to Google search. Yes, anonymity means, if you have searched in the Google, it means that the identity not has to be disclosed, it has to be kept hidden. Anonymity, you have many times at the end of the poem, if you're a student, at the end of the poem, you have seen anonymous written. That means the poet is not known. Yes, it is not known who has written. They've taken up the extract from a poetry, but it's not written who the poet is. Sometimes at the end of the article also anonymous is written. That means the writer's identity is not revealed. It is not told to anyone. Yes. So here also the on condition of anonymity means the teacher does not wish to reveal her identity. She did not want her name to be taken. Which specific teacher has said this? So on condition that her name will not be revealed, she has told this. Yes, that is what was given in the inverted comma. Exact were the words of the teacher. Yes, and she's reported this. She has given this information to the reporter on the condition, on a promise that her name will not be told to anyone. Coming to next para. Easy to understand till here? Good going. Another teacher, not wishing to be named. Not wishing to be named means the same with just now what we have read, but they have written the same thing. They cannot repeat anonymity 10 times in an article. So they have written now in another style. Not wishing to be named, said, again see inverted comma started, that means these were the exact words of the speaker. We are asked to attend the schools full time. By asking us to attend schools, we are forced to be exposed to the coronavirus. Today, they have given leaves to students. What will happen tomorrow if teachers are exposed to the coronavirus? Who will teach students in the class? You can see the intonation, you can see the whole message, whole report that was given by the teacher. Do you find any problem understanding that? I don't even feel the need to explain that to you because it was given in such a simple language. Yes, no problem so far, because still here we have already come across to be exposed and so many things that we've already learned. There's no need to re-revise, go back. Yes, so very fast coming to the next para. It was a similar situation with college teachers. Similar means same, in case you don't know, but it's a very common word, I think. Again, now these lines that are again given in the inverted comma are the exact words spoken by the college teacher. What was said? Let's read. We are doing nothing in colleges. It's strange that cinemas in Bhopal are closed, but teachers are asked to attend campus. What exactly do authorities want to achieve by doing this? Said a college teacher not wanting to be named. Same thing again, we have already know what it means, and now through the newspaper only we know a better word when we the identity is hidden, when it is not revealed. We know a better word is anonymity. Yes, the newspaper itself has told us. So, when contacted, school education and higher education department authorities refused to comment on the issue. When contacted to the concerned authority, they have refused, said no, denied to comment on the issue. What are their views on the issue? They said nothing. They denied to comment, remark, anything on this issue. What do you have to say? As you have seen the live reporters on the television, sir, what do you have to say when teachers are asking, demanding for leaves? So they have refused to comment. We don't have to say anything, no comments. Yes, so here we end with our newspaper article, and you can see actually English newspaper reading is so fun. So many things we have learned, and it is not at all difficult. Yes, in case it is 1% difficult, then we have the Google with us, then we have the dictionary with us. Again, we don't have to depend totally on the dictionary. We have to understand through the context. That means we have to read the line and guess what might be the meaning of that word. And that is a very effective and useful way of learning English, because we fall somewhere closer to the meaning instead of looking up the word in the dictionary. You want to be more specific, you should always carry a dictionary. That's the best advice. Yes. So now I think that we have finished with the article and we have understood the context of the article. So how was the reading? It was very easy, isn't it? I hope now you won't be afraid anymore to read an English newspaper. But when you read a newspaper, when you sit and try to read a newspaper, it is not that you have to focus on every section, every word and every line. Is it possible? It's not. Yes, so I brought the last main step of tackling this newspaper problem, English understanding problem for you. Very effective. The best practices to read the newspapers. Please follow it seriously. The first practice is a quick scan of newspaper will give you a clear idea about what to read and what to ignore. Yes, you have to go through the headlines. If that is of any layer of your concern, is it relevant information for you? Yes, if GDP is growing or not growing, that's not relevant to you. If you are a business person, you're interested to know that. If you're a student, you're not interested in that. So you can quickly scan and you can filter the information that yes, I have to read the article under that headline because that sounds something informative, something that interests me, or something that might be useful for me in my school education, or might be just to increase my GK. Yes, if it's a sports news or anything. So a quick scan of newspaper will give you a clear idea of what to read and what to ignore. Second best practice to read the newspaper is mark new words and phrases and get the meaning from an English to English dictionary always. Okay, do not depend on your mother tongue. Third best practice is the key to success in improving reading comprehension is to read editorials front page daily and understand it. Every day you have to read. In the beginning also I told you the best way to read the newspaper is to read it daily. Daily practice is compulsory. Yes, discipline yourself now. And last but not the least is practice writing articles on your own. It is possible. Just now we have read one article. Don't you think you can also write a similar article? I think you can write a better one. To do this, what you have to do, read one editorial thoroughly, completely, and write about it in your own words. Yes. So promise yourself today that you are going to read one article every day and you have to rewrite that article in your own words in a paragraph form, and you see that in 20 days time, maximum 21 days time, you develop a habit of writing articles better than what you have already read. Yes, now is the time to conclude this session. I hope that this video was relevant for you. With all these benefits mentioned above, it is imperative that every student inculcates the habit of reading newspapers. It will not just help you with your RCs, but also your vocabulary, grammar, WAT and GDPI. Remember, it takes only 21 days to form a habit. So what are you waiting for? Start now, and within 21 days, reading newspapers will become a part of your life. And you wouldn't have to worry about improving English ever again. Yes, I hope this video was relevant for you. If you want me to bring more such videos, kindly like, share and subscribe my channel, and I'll meet you every Wednesday and Saturday with new informative videos. My next video will be on improving English writing. I'm going to bring you something new and interesting on how to improve English writing. So don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching.